Let's design new crochet pieces together for the winter wardrobe. Welcome to part 2 of crocheting a sweater, and make sure you haven't missed the previous part of this series. Over the last few days I've been working on the second panel. Whenever I have to crochet two identical panels, I get really stressed because a few times my work has turned out looser or tighter than it should be. Then I had to unravel it and redo it, which made me fed up with the project I was working on. In this case, I was even more stressed because I remembered how difficult it was at the beginning to get used to the size of the crochet hook. Luckily, everything turned out the way I wanted it to. I used about 2.5 skeins of yarn for the first panel, so I went to check out how much was left and calculate if it would be enough, and it turned out that I still have 5 skeins, so I wouldn't have to buy any more. At that moment, I realized that I hadn't made any notches for the neckline, and I didn't really like the idea of making the whole panel straight, so I spent the next half hour in front of the mirror wondering how I could solve this. And then I thought that making this sweater with a turtleneck would be perfect. I fell in love with this idea so much that it inspired me, and another idea for a new project came to my mind. After making this decision, I could finally get back to crocheting the second panel. At this point, I got a little bored with the repetitive rows, so making this panel took longer because I was working on other projects that required my full attention. And this is what the finished second panel looks like. Be sure to come back for part 3 when I'll be working on the sleeves, which is a very exciting part because it brings us closer to finishing this sweater.